cheated in my life. I have a daughter and I stand what's right for her and I've never cheated. And you owe me an apology.
Some people think fame means you have to smile through anything, but not these celebrities. When faced with disrespect, they didn't just brush it off, they shut it down in the most epic ways possible. Whether it was a shady interviewer, an entitled fan, or a cringeworthy moment on live TV, these stars made it very clear they weren't here for the nonsense. From fiery clapbacks to dramatic walkouts, we're diving into 10 times celebrities refused to take any disrespect. Number 10. The Oscars slap heard round the world. Oh, you know we had to start with this one. The 2022 Oscars will forever be remembered as the night when Will Smith went from Fresh Prince to Furious Prince in about 5 seconds. Chris Rock, doing his usual hosting thing, made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head, comparing her to G.I. Jane.
Will Smith wins, like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it, all right?
Cue awkward chuckles. But Jada? She was not laughing. Suddenly, Will walks up on stage casually, like he's about to give Chris a handshake, and bam! Full force open palm slap to Rock's face. The audience? Dead silent. Chris? Still trying to figure out what dimension he just got slapped into.
Richard! Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Meanwhile, Will stomps back to his seat and shouts, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth!" Not once, but twice. Chris, ever the professional, kept the show going, but the drama was far from over. Will resigned from the Academy, got banned from the Oscars for 10 years, and became the face of impulse control issues everywhere. Later, he did apologize, several times, but the memes, they will live forever. Number 9. Millie Bobby Brown, the classiest yet sassiest clapback ever.
I want to talk about some of the articles that have recently released while I'm on my press tour, and some of the writers who are so desperate to tear young women down.
Millie Bobby Brown has officially had it with people policing her body, her face, and literally just the fact that she's growing up like a normal human being. And instead of sitting back and letting the haters yap, she decided to drag them in the most elegant yet savage way possible. So, what went down? In March of 2025, for the premiere of The Electric State, Millie stepped out looking stunning as always. And for some reason, a bunch of internet trolls and even some so-called journalists decided to lose their minds over the fact that she doesn't look exactly the same as she did when she was 12. Some even went as far as to say she looked too old, as if aging is an option we can just decline like a bad party invite. And Millie? Oh, she was not here for it. Instead of ignoring the noise, she took to Instagram and read these clowns for filth. She called out the weird obsession with critiquing her appearance, even name-dropping some of the writers of the articles that had the audacity to post think pieces on why she dared to age. Imagine sitting at your desk, writing an essay on why a 21-year-old looks old. She shut it all down, and the internet went wild. Fans and fellow celebs rallied behind her, dragging these journalists for literally criticizing aging and pointing out the ridiculous double standards women face. Number 8. Megan Thee Stallion vs. Oscars, after party awkwardness.
No, your music has literally made me want, when I want to fight someone, I listen to your music.
Tearing up?
Because you want to throw that fighting shit out the window and you want to get cute and be a bad bitch. When people are talking shit, I go.
If there's one thing Megan Thee Stallion won't stand for, it's being disrespected in front of a packed A-list audience, especially at an event like the Vanity Fair Oscars after party. So when comedian Hannah Berner tried to fumble through an interview with the rapper, the result was, let's just say, very awkward. Now, most of the interviews were the usual red carpet fluff, talking about outfits, movies, etc. But the moment Megan stepped into the picture, Berner and her co-host, Paige DeSorbo, immediately started fawning over her. And by fawning, I mean interrupting her and talking over her like she was a character in their giggly little comedy show. Things took a sharp turn when Berner basically said how Megan's music hyped her up when she was ready to fight someone. Yes, she said that. Well, Megan's reaction spoke volumes. Now listen, for Megan, promoting violence isn't on her playlist. So for Berner to casually suggest Megan's music is a soundtrack for aggression, yikes. And while Berner clearly didn't get the hint and kept blabbering, Megan tried to redirect by quoting her hit song Body, trying to steer the convo back to a lighter note. But no, Berner wasn't done yet. Talk about a cringe-worthy moment. TikTok exploded with users calling out Berner for interrupting Megan and throwing out racist undertones. People pointed out that Berner didn't behave the same way with white celebrities, calling the whole interaction a microaggression disguised as a compliment. But during all of this, Meghan kept it classy, letting her fans take over the drama while she stayed unbothered, as always. So, lesson learned. If you're going to interview Meghan Thee Stallion, know your boundaries. Number 7. Chelsea Handler versus Piers Morgan, a decade-long burn. Let's be real for a sec, Chelsea Handler has zero tolerance for nonsense. And when it comes to Piers Morgan, that's basically her life's work, to drag him every chance she gets. The 2021 showdown was just the latest chapter in their epic saga of mutual dislike, but honestly, it all started way back in 2014, when Chelsea appeared on Piers Morgan Live and basically handed him his own behind on a platter. Let's take a walk down memory lane. In the 2014 interview, Piers, the ever-controversial British talk show host, tried to school Chelsea, but she wasn't having it. Chelsea shut him down so hard, calling him a terrible interviewer for, well, not even paying attention to her while they were filming. As if that wasn't epic enough, Chelsea told him his behavior was the reason his show was coming to an end. Fast forward to 2021, and Piers was back at it, this time throwing shade at Meghan Markle after her bombshell interview with Oprah. Piers was calling her a liar and dismissing her experiences, especially when Meghan spoke about her mental health struggles. Enter Chelsea Handler, who immediately called out Piers. She wasn't having any of his privilege-driven nonsense and tweeted, "It's amazing that Piers Morgan calls himself a journalist, when time and time again, he seems to have missed the women's movement, or any movement really." But Chelsea was just getting started. She reshared the 2014 interview and basically said how some people change for the better, while some still stay the same. In case Piers missed the memo, that was Chelsea's way of saying he's been the same mess for over a decade. Number 6. Mila Kunis, the multilingual clapback. Mila Kunis is fluent in Russian and fluent in shutting people down, and she proved both in an iconic interview that went viral for all the right reasons. Back in 2011, while promoting Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake, the duo sat down for a press conference in Russia. Everything was going fine, until a Russian journalist decided to get messy. Instead of asking about the movie, the interviewer turned to Justin and basically questioned why he was even acting in the first place. Because, you know, he's just a singer. But before Justin could even react, Mila stepped in like a true friend. And she didn't just clap back, she did it in Russian. She fully roasted the interviewer, straight up asking, "Why are you here?" The entire room burst out laughing, and Justin just sat there in awe, probably realizing that he never needed to defend himself. Mila had it covered. Number 5, the Grammys speech throwdown.
Woo, I'm nervous. Chapel Roan!
Okay, so Chapel Roan was not having it when former music exec Jeff Rabhan came for her after her 2025 Grammy win. Let's just say she wasn't about to let some washed-up industry bigwig diss her moment of glory. Roan, fresh off her Best New Artist win, used her speech to speak up for struggling musicians, calling out record labels for not providing basic healthcare and fair wages. Sounds like a pretty solid, noble point, right? Well, not according to Rabhan, who decided to dunk on her in The Hollywood Reporter. He called her remarks hackneyed and plagiarized, like he thought she was trying to start some revolution with a little too much idealism. But let's get this straight. Chapel Roan does not play when it comes to defending herself. She took to Instagram stories with a screen grab of Rabhan's article and threw some serious shade back. Her challenge? Want to match me $25,000 to donate to struggling dropped artists? Oh, and she added, "Mr. Rabhan, I love how you said put your money where your mouth is. Genius. Let's link and build together and see if you can do the same." But hold up, Roan wasn't done. She used her platform to give some much-needed love to other talented but lesser-known artists like Sarah Kinsley, Hemlock Springs, and Devin Again. Number 4, Jerry Seinfeld versus Larry King.
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Is this still
CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also.
Back in 2007, Jerry Seinfeld had a not-so-pleasant moment with Larry during an appearance on Larry King Live. Imagine being Larry King, an absolute legend in broadcasting, and still managing to accidentally offend Jerry Seinfeld on live television. That's exactly what happened when Larry implied that Seinfeld's show had been canceled. Cue Jerry's immediate shutdown mode. With an offended gasp and a level of sarcasm only Jerry could deliver, he shot back. "Do you know who I am, Larry? You think I got canceled?" Poor Larry tried to backpedal, but it was too late. Seinfeld had already gone into full-blown "how dare you" look, listing all the record-breaking ratings and clarifying that he was the one who ended the show. Larry just sat there, blinking. The entire moment was pretty awkward. Number 3, Robert Downey Jr.'s walkout.
What are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Are you... I'm sorry,
In 2015, Robert Downey Jr. gave the world a masterclass in how to handle an awkward interview by walking out of it. During a chat with Krishnan Guru Murthy on Channel 4 News, things took a sharp turn when the host decided to dig into Downey's troubled past. The actor, known for his superhero charm as Iron Man, was clearly not feeling the vibe. When Guru Murthy started probing about his history with substance abuse, Downey Jr. wasn't having it. "I'm not going to sit here and talk about that," he said, before gracefully exiting stage left. His exit was so iconic that Downey later admitted he wished he'd walked out sooner. Number 2, Joan Rivers, legendary CNN exit.
Are you wearing leather shoes? Yeah, shut up. I'm talking. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
I'm not an activist, but I'm saying
You're eating chicken. You're eating meat.
Joan Rivers wasn't one to sugarcoat anything, and in 2014, she brought that same unapologetic approach straight to CNN. The legendary comic appeared on Frederica Whitfield's show to promote her book, but things took a sharp turn when Whitfield asked about Rivers' mean show, Fashion Police. It got even more awkward when Whitfield questioned the fur coat on Joan's book cover. Joan, ever the fiery personality, wasn't having it. She shot back, "Are you wearing leather shoes? Then shut up." A mic drop moment if there ever was one.
Right. Stop it with, and you do this, and you're mean, and you're that. You are not the one to interview a person who does humor. Sorry.
Are we serious?
As the interview grew more uncomfortable, Joan just got up and left, leaving Whitfield slightly stunned and viewers at home laughing at how effortlessly Joan turned a simple interview into a stand-up routine. Joan later made it clear she was annoyed by the defensive nature of the questions, which she felt were completely out of place. Number 1, Serena Williams.
But I'm not a cheater. But you guys told you to apologize to me. This is out. Excuse me, I need the referee. I don't agree with that.
Serena's asking for the referee.
Okay, sit down because we need to talk about the time Serena Williams absolutely slayed sexism in tennis. And trust me, it's an iconic moment you don't want to miss. So, picture this. It's the 2018 United States Open, and Serena, as usual, is serving up aces on the court like a queen. But when she faced Naomi Osaka, things got a little spicy. Serena, the ultimate competitor, had a run-in with the umpire after being penalized for coaching violations. Now, here's the thing. Coaching violations happen all the time with male players, but no one really makes that big of a deal about it. But when Serena does it, cue the drama. Instead of sitting quietly and taking it, Serena snapped. She shot back with her now famous, totally iconic line, "I'm not a cheater." And well, the tennis world never recovered. Serena wasn't just fighting for a point in that match. She was fighting for all women who've been unfairly scrutinized. And honestly, watching her shut down the sexism with that level of grace and power was a total win. And the best part? After the match, she tore into the sexism that runs rampant in tennis. She called out the double standards, how men can literally break rackets and scream at umpires, but when a woman shows any ounce of emotion, she's labeled hysterical or angry. And let's be real, Serena didn't just call it out, she owned it. And honestly, we all cheered because if anyone deserves to call out that nonsense, it's her. So, there you have it. 10 times celebrities just had enough. If you know of more instances, do comment down below. And if you liked this video, you'll definitely want to check out this one.